Good morning. For class this week, uh, I was thinking about the importance of meaningful connection. Um, I think we spend a lot of time in our lives in the space of seeking and the pursuit of things that feel I guess the word would be meaningful, things that reach into our hearts. And I think we do that in many different ways. We do that through our relationships, our friendships, our family, our romantic relationships. We do that in the pursuit of our careers, trying to find something that is meaningful to us. We do that in things like our movements, like yoga, looking to connect to our bodies and our breath, or to the moment, or to this world that we live in a more intimate way. And this pursuit and the seeking of meaningful connection, I think, begins with us connecting first to ourselves and our own bodies and our own breath, so that we know what actually resonates with our hearts and our minds, right? If we aren't connected to ourselves, then there is no anchor for other connection to connect to, right? There is nowhere for that chain to reach. And so in our practice today, seeing how we can connect to our bodies and our breath, but also connecting to those more subtle whispers of heart and mind, right? When we reach into our hearts and our minds, what is important to us? What do we value? What is it that we are maybe craving, desiring, seeking? And where is that maybe at a deficit within ourselves? Like if we really value movement, but we don't make time for it, we don't make the intention to move our bodies each day, then there's going to feel like this disconnect. There's going to be discord, right? And so getting in tune with ourselves and what we want to connect to, what we need to connect to feel most balanced, and then also to feel like the most grounded, right, within ourselves. So letting this practice be an opportunity to explore that meaningful connection. Let's start in a seat. Actually, before we start, I want to show you a piece of what we're going to move through today, because it's kind of funky, it's kind of confusing, and you'll be facing different directions throughout the transition. So real quick, there will come a time we're going to be in a warrior two, and we'll inhale to reverse our warrior. Then as we exhale, we're going to start to windmill our arms, kind of like we're windmilling down to a low lunge, but we're going to keep going as we unhook the back heel. This hand can make a big circle sweep into our prayer twist, right? Or you can just go warrior two, inhale, reverse warrior, and then sweep it around, right? Or that other hand can continue the circle. We'll be going from a reverse warrior into a prayer twist facing the opposite direction. So hopefully that makes it a little bit more clear for when we get to that moment in our practice. Okay, so go ahead and take a moment to adjust into your seat. And then allow your eyes to close. Feeling yourself arrive to this moment and into your practice. As thoughts or feelings or sensations come up, you can notice, observe, take note, and then set aside. Every inhale reminding us of this moment right here, right now. And every exhale, that invitation to clear away anything else. Each breath in, bringing us back to our practice, connecting us to the moment. Each exhale, that opportunity to clear away distractions, to clear away any of the background hum, making more space for what's right in front of us. As you continue to deepen your breath, and through the deepening of your breath, deepen your connection to the moment at hand. Maybe you see if there's anything that has come up in heart and mind regarding meaningful connection for you. Does the way that you spend your day promote and cultivate meaningful connection? Are there things in your life that maybe block you off from that meaningful connection? Just allowing our awareness to take a moment just to kind of ponder this. And again, returning to the breath, allowing inhale to draw you back. And allowing exhale to set aside. And just trusting that the planting of that seed is enough. We'll bring maybe one or both hands to heart center if that feels true for you. And we'll just take one cleansing breath. Yeah, so go ahead and take a really deep, expansive inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. As your lips seal, take a breath through your nose. And this time with your lips sealed, exhale through your nose. When you're ready to slowly start to release and open your eyes, making your way into a tabletop pose. And as we find our way to all fours, shoulders come stack above your wrists. And hips stack right over your knees. We'll start with an inhale to cow. Begin to scoop your heart and tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then with your exhale, tuck through your tailbone. Press the earth away to round your spine. And twice more like that, we'll inhale to scoop open and up. And we'll let the exhale initiate our way into our cat spine as we press the earth away and round. One more time, inhale, open, lift. And exhale, curl around. Coming back to your neutral spine. Bring your left knee to the center of your yoga mat. And then you're going to cross your right knee behind. Yeah, split your shins wide, moving into Gomukhasana legs. And you're going to start to shift your hips back in space, let your left knee float off the earth. Think about kicking your right shin bone down into the ground, cast your sits bones way back. Just take one cycle of breath here. Maybe move your hips a little side to side, searching for that sweet spot. And as you're ready, begin to shift forward. So you unwind your legs, step your left foot wide for a lizard lunge. You might have to kind of wiggle it forward or scooch your right knee back. Make those adjustments and then reach your left hand forward with an inhale, creating length through your spine. As you exhale, take a big twist. The left hand's gonna reach back. You can stay here if you want to. You could bend your right heel to your seat. And if it's available, your left hand can catch your right foot. With your in-breath, feel your sternum reach forward towards the front of your yoga mat. Your out-breath, draw your shoulders out of your ears, collarbones go wide. And as you release your twist, left hand's coming to the inside of your left foot. Just push back into your tabletop pose, all fours. Maybe take your hips a little side to side, and then we're going to find all of that on the second side. Right knee will come to the center. Tuck your left knee behind. Wiggle your shins open. And as you start to shift your hips back, allow your right knee to peel off the earth. And maybe you actively kick your left shin bone down into the ground. But really think about the energy of lengthening your sits bones back, crown of the head forward. And take that Side to side action through your pelvis, seeing if there's a spot that gives you a deeper or more direct stretch, or the sensation that feels best to you. And then when we make our way forward, your right foot's gonna go nice and wide. Then you might have to help it there, it's all good. Lengthen your left shin bone back in space, make those adjustments. And then inhale to extend your right hand forward. Root firmly down through your right foot and use your exhale to twist open. Decide if you want to add your thigh stretch in. And then think about your breath promoting length through your spine. Maybe your exhale encourages more twist through your torso, more openness across your chest. And last breath in. With breath out, begin to release. We shift back into our tabletop pose one more time. And then tuck your toes and start to make your way towards the downward facing dog. Just giving yourself time to arrive in your down dog. So maybe reach one heel and then the other towards the earth. And we're going to walk forward into our forward fold, finding the top of our yoga mat. And soften your knees, relax your head to the ground. Think about shifting a little bit forwards and backwards. And eventually shift your energy slightly forward into the front of your feet, so your heels are still grounded, but they're really light. And with that forward and downward energy into the front of your feet, find a slight lift of your tailbone to the sky. So the lengthening of your legs comes from that lift of your tailbone. Continue to feel your energy shifting forward. As you inhale to lift up halfway, that's going to help you engage your core a little bit more. And with breath out, forward fold release. We'll rise all the way to stand. Our inhale draws us up. Maybe circle, seek your arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Allow your eyes to drop shut. In devoting our practice this morning to meaningful connection, take a moment to connect to this moment. Take a moment to feel into your body, the subtle sensations to feel into your heart, your mind, and then take a nice big breath in. And when you're ready, open mouth, exhale, let it go. We'll inhale to reach to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. With exhale, soft knees hinge forward to your forward fold, Uttanasana. With your forward energy, inhale to your halfway lift, core lights up. And we'll exhale to our high plank, step it back. So you find your plank, actively push the earth away, finding buoyancy at your pelvis, pull your navel to your spine. And then as your next inhale shifts to your body, shift to your tippy toes. Knees up or knees on the earth, we're going to exhale all the way down to the ground. Actively reach your elbows back as you stretch the crown of your head forward. So you're lengthening as you lower. Untuck your toes. Low cobra, take a nice big breath in to lift your chest. And then exhale to release. Going back to low cobra, tops of the feet are anchored. Inhale, lift your chest. This time as you exhale, option to hover your hands or reach your arms back beside you like airplane wings. If your shoulders feel open enough and you'd like to add on here, you could interlace your hands behind your back, reaching your knuckles towards your heels. Pull your navel to your spine, take one more inhale. And as you exhale, release. Return your hands by your low ribs for up dog or cobra. As you breathe in, open your chest. And then on your breath out, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Hips go to the sky. You can inhale through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. And inhale, heels lift. Exhale to bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. But then inhale, find your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, release. Rise to stand on your breath in, big circle sweep. And exhale, hands to heart, eyes opened or closed. Take a moment. Breathe in through your nose. Cleansing exhale, sigh the breath out. Well, inhale, hands go high. With exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Big breath in to lengthen halfway. And on exhale, we release, step it back to your plank. With your in-breath, shift forward. Knees up or down, lower halfway or all the way, chaturanga. Breathe into your up dog or your cobra. And then follow your exhale to make your way to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And one more time with sun A, inhale, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop. Find your halfway lift, deep breath in. And we exhale to let it go. Rising to stand, Urdhva Hastasana with your inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Gather a deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale to release. Breathe in, reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Breathe in to lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And on your exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Perhaps this is through a chaturanga. Maybe you customize it. Maybe you go directly to downward facing dog. You're giving yourself the opportunity to practice tuning into what your body wants and needs in each moment. You find your downward facing dog. Big breath in, reach your right leg to the sky. As you breathe out, bend your knee and open your hip. Maybe flex through your right ankle. You might take a giant hip circle with your right leg going one direction as you inhale, and the other direction as you exhale. And step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Maybe give it a boost. Lifting up to your fingertips, allow your left knee to sink to a hover cow lunge. Big breath in. Feel your thigh bones stretch in opposite directions. So right knee and thigh bone stretch energetically forward. Left knee and thigh bone reach energetically back. But we still have that stack of right knee above right ankle. One more deep breath in. Exhale to lengthen through your legs, finding your hamstring stretch. Your left heel can be higher. You can reach your left heel down to the earth, exploring those different sensations. Right foot can be completely planted, or you can flex your right toes to your face. Think heart and tailbone scoop up to the sky like our cow spine. And as you're ready, bend into your right knee. We're going to find our way into our high crescent lunge. So pressing through your feet, rise all the way up, big breath in. And for this layer, we're going to exhale to our airplane arms. Heart forward, arms sweep back. Good. Take an inhale here at your hinge. On your exhale, warrior two, sweep it open. Make any adjustments to your feet. Give yourself a breath to arrive here. I'm going to take this first layer really slow through each of these moments. Yeah. From your warrior two, inhale, reverse your warrior. Big breath in, stretches your right hand to the sky. Now, as we exhale, we're going to go back into our airplane lunge. So windmilling your hands through. Unhook your back heel. Back to our airplane lunge where we just were a moment ago. From your airplane lunge, reach your hands up and overhead, big breath in. Exhale, prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Right, back knee can always be on the earth for extra support. Think about turning your sternum to your thumbs and allowing your right shoulder to stack over your left. So that's gonna feel maybe like your heart's leaning back in space. And from here, release your hands to the earth to frame your right foot. Turn all 10 toes, crawl it to the left wide-legged forward fold. Dive down through your center. Take one breath in and one breath out. Start to bend into your left knee and then continue to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. So you rotate to frame your left foot, press into your hands, three-legged dog. Inhale, reaches your left leg high. With your exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Option to be in stillness or take a slow, intentional circle each direction with your left knee moving from the strength of your left hip. As you're ready, big step forward, left foot arrives to the top of your yoga mat. Let your right knee dip towards a hover, open your heart, cow lunge. Now shift a little bit forwards and backwards here to feel into your right hip. Then try to use the strength of your back body to open your chest. Draw your shoulder blades together, collarbone spread wide. As you puff your sternum up, take a big inhale. And then we exhale, lengthen through our legs, hamstring stretch. Encourage your right hip to spiral inward. So instead of letting your right hip open to the right hip bone is going to spiral slightly inward. That'll actually bring us to square. And we choose our feet, right heel high or low, left toes lower, high. Think about that cow action through your spine as your left thigh bone draws in and up. Heart and tailbone scoop up. And we'll bend into our front knee, pressing through your feet, high crescent lunge, big breath in. We'll exhale to our airplane lunge, arms sweep back beside us, powerful through your front foot, so really dig your left heel into the ground. This hinge allows us to more easily find warrior two when you're ready. Virabhadrasana 2, we open. You might lengthen your left leg a little bit and then settle into depth. From your warrior two, an in-breath helps to reverse you, left hand reaches high. For this round, we're exhale back into our airplane lunge, finding that windmill action through your arms, unhook your back heel, square your hips. Light up your right thigh bone. And then inhale, reaching crescent, hands go overhead. Exhale, prayer twist, right elbow to your outer left thigh. Now, because we're going from a warrior two to a prayer twist, our stance might be a little bit more narrow than we're used to, and that's okay. It's going to require us to engage our stabilizers a little bit more for balance. Chest is lifting away from left thigh. Take one breath in. On exhale, hands to the earth. So you turn your toes to the right, wide-legged forward fold. Crawl your way through center. Dive down for a moment and take a breath. And we'll continue to the top of our yoga mat, rotating all the way forward again to frame your right foot. Press into the earth. Three-legged dog. From the strength of your core, pick your right foot up and reach your right leg high. Big breath in. We'll exhale to bend the knee and open to the hip. Take an inhale here, right knee high. Exhale, right knee, left tricep twist underneath yourself. So you hold for inhale, reach your heart forward. And we hold for exhale, pull your right thigh bone up and forward. From your core, three-legged dog, reach your right leg to the ceiling. As you breathe out, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Going right away into our warrior two. Left heel is going to rotate down to the earth. Press into your feet and bind your way up. Good. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Reach your right hand to the sky. Now this is where we're going to exhale into our prayer twist. So as you exhale, you're going to windmill your arms. As your right hand starts to sweep back and the left hand starts to reach overhead, unhook your back heel. Moving to our prayer twist, right hand can complete that circle, or you can just go right into it. A little bit different this time. From your prayer twist, you're going to look forward at the earth in front of you. Lean into your right foot and be coming to left to be toes. Engage your belly. You're going to either slide your left toes forward to a prayer twisted chair, or lift your left leg up for a little airplane moment, and step your left foot forward, prayer twisted chair. As your air hips get low, chest get proud, Turn your sternum to your thumbs for a moment, and then press through your feet, chair pose, take a big breath in. Good. On your exhale, let your arms sweep back beside you, airplane arms. You're going to lean into your left foot. Bring your right thigh to stack on top, eagle legs. You can just stack at the thighs and zip your shins together. If it's available, you can hook your right ankle behind your left. Option to keep the airplane arms, chest open, or interlace your hands behind you for your chest expansion bind. Good. Airplane arms or chest expansion bind. Slowly bring your right leg back into an airplane leg. Really take your time, big breath in. And then on your exhale, warrior one. Right toes land, right heel rotates down. Reach your hands high with an inhale. On your exhale, eagle, wrap your right arm underneath your left. Draw your shoulders out of your ears. Lift your elbows up high with an inhale, finding a slight back bend maybe. You can stay here one time, a little humble warrior action. Tip down to the earth. Anchor through your feet, re-engage your core. Inhale, lift your arms back up to the ceiling. On your exhale, unravel goddess arms. Let your hands continue to fall down to the earth. As you unhook your back heel, you might have to scoot your right toes back a little bit. Three-legged dog, inhale to reach your left leg to the ceiling. Your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Pause here for your in-breath. Left knee, right tricep is our out breath. Shoulders out of ears. Square through your shoulders, hold for inhale. And stay for exhale. Big breath in, left leg goes high. On your breath out, land your left foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Set your feet up for warrior two. And as you're ready, begin to root to rise, Virabhadrasana 2. Very nice tall spine. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left hand reaches back. On your exhale, begin to windmill into your prayer twist, facing the opposite direction. Right heel's gonna unhook. Right elbow hooks, maybe left hand continues that circle around. Upward energy through your right thigh bone. Press into your feet so your hips are a little bit higher. And then look down and forward. Lean into your left foot. And then drag or take a big lift through your right leg. Eventually stepping into your prayer twisted chair. Once you arrive to your prayer twisted chair, give yourself a moment to settle. And then re-engage navel to spine connection. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. With exhale, we airplane our arms beside us. We shift our energy into our right foot. And eagle wrap your left thigh on top. You can stay here or interlace your hands behind your low back, chest expansion bind. When you're ready, airplane arms or hands stay clasped. Slowly extend your left leg back into your airplane legs. Give your airplane legs a big breath in. And exhale, start to step back into warrior one. As your left heel lands, reach your hands up high with your inhale. You will exhale, eagle wrap left arm underneath your right. With your breath, scoop your elbows to the sky, slight back bend if that feels good. As you breathe out, maybe tip down towards the earth. With your inhale, gather back up to the ceiling. And exhale through your goddess arms, open, unwind. Hands will come down to the earth to frame your right foot. And you may have to scoot your left toes back. We're going to go high plank pose this time, right foot joins the left. On your inhale, shift forward. Exhale to your belly, lower to the earth. Untuck your toes. In gecko pose, take your hands wider than your yoga mat. As you tighten your fingertips on the ground, your elbows are stacked over your wrists. So as you lift up, it's like a 90-ish degree bend. Inhale to lift up off the ground, shoulders out of ears. As we exhale, dip your left shoulder towards the center of your yoga mat. Look over to the right. Let your inhale bring you back to the midline. And exhale, second side, right shoulder dips in, look over to the left. Connecting to your breath, inhale back to center. And exhale, lower down. Hands by your low ribs. Right, you can choose to move through up dog into down dog, or you can press back to child's pose and then downward facing dog. So just deciding what you want. Maybe you go cobra, child's pose, down dog, it's up to you. We'll meet in down dog in a breath or so. If you find your way back to down dog, take a moment to reconnect. You refine your down dog, finding intention and energy from your fingertips all the way to your toes. Can you smooth and steady your breath? Okay, from here, we're going to inhale, right leg goes up high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Stay, or maybe wild thing. This time you might step your right tippy toes to the earth. And then open your heart to the sky. Feel your shoulder blades boosting your heart up. Similar in our spine to our lizard lunge from the very beginning. We're going to meet in a low lunge with our right foot to the top of our yoga mats. You can go back through three-legged dog or look to the top of your yoga mat. And like you're moving through a side plank, pull your right knee to your chest and step your right foot forward. So however you want to get to a low lunge. Left knee hovers on our inhale. Lengthen both your legs as you exhale. Bend into your right knee. Warrior two. Left heel roots. We rise all the way up. From your warrior two, inhale to reverse. Sweep your right hand high. On your exhale, we're going to windmill into our prayer twist, facing the opposite side. Left heel in hooks. Right hand keeps going. We prayer twist. And just like before, we're going to look forward and lean forward, coming to left tippy toes. You can slide into your prayer chair, or maybe this time you press through your right foot. Find that airplane left leg, give it an extra breath maybe. And then left foot's coming to the top. Okay, a little bit different this time. If you want to, you can bring your torso upright to find your eagle legs. Or from here, your elbow is still connected to your right thigh. Lean into your left foot and come to right tippy toes. So left elbow and right thigh might still be connected. Right heel is high, left heel is grounded. Use your core and the power of your left leg to get light and lift your right leg up. Maybe you lift up pretty high first, maybe lengthening your left leg all the way. And then we're going to take it into eagle legs as you bend into your left knee. Right thigh bone stacks on top. Hands to heart, we bring our torso upright. So however you chose to get here, you're in eagle legs, right thigh is on top of your left. Hands at heart center. Maybe airplane your arms beside you. Actively spread your collarbones wide, externally rotating your upper arm bones. You can keep airplane arms or interlace your hands behind you. When you're ready, airplane your right leg behind you. Giving yourself a breath just to be here. Chest is open and proud. We step our right foot back, warrior one. Just like before, inhale, hands to the ceiling. And your exhale, eagle wrap your right arm underneath your left. Breathe your elbows up to the sky, that slight back bend if you want it. As you breathe out, maybe dip down towards your humble warrior. And take one breath in and one breath out. Depress your feet, inhale, lift it back up. On your exhale, unwind goddess arms. As your hands fall down to the earth, low lunge. Unhook your back heel. Press into your palms. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts to the ceiling, deep breath in. Bend your knee and open your hip as you breathe out. Make the choice to stay here or to tip into your wild thing with control. And as you find your shape, big breath in. When you're ready, left foot's going to the top of your yoga mat with breath out. Again, if you're going for wild thing, maybe your left hand doesn't support you, you use your core and like a side plank. You shift forward, left foot to the top. To catch your breath, right knee hovers, cow lunge as you inhale. And then follow your exhale to your cat lunge, find that length through your legs. Bend into your left knee, warrior two. Allow your feet to be anchored first, and then root to rise. With your breath in, reverse your warrior. As you breathe out, we're gonna windmill into our prayer twist, facing the opposite side of the room. So left hand keeps going as your right heel unhooks, right elbow hooks, left hand eventually arrives. Cool, again, you can choose how much hang time you explore here, or you can make the choice just to drag your right foot forward. If the twist isn't working, hands can always come to the earth, and you can make your way to chair pose that way. We push down to the left foot, maybe right leg floats up. We recruit our core for support. We meet in a prayer twisted chair. Again, you can choose the transition from before, moving through a regular chair pose. We're going to eventually eagle stack our left thigh on top. If you'd like to move with me, we're going to keep right elbow and left thigh connected. Leaning into your right foot, come to left tippy toes. Engage your core. Think kind of like a bird of paradise transition. As you push through your right foot, pull in through your belly and start to float your left leg up. Maybe you can lift pretty high here, maybe finding almost complete extension through your right leg. And as you bend into your right knee, eagle stack your left thigh on top. Zip up to your center, bring your torso upright, hands to heart. Take a moment, find your breath as you steady yourself, airplane your arms beside you. Again, you can stay here, or find your chest expansion, bind hands interlaced behind your low back. When you're ready, the left leg's going to fly backwards. Traditional or bound airplane pose. Take a full cycle of breath. We begin to descend into our warrior one as lightly as we can. Breathe in, reach your hands up high. Exhale, left arm sweeps underneath your right eagle arms. I forgot to mention this whole time. You can also bring your forearms to kiss if eagle arms don't work for you. Breath in, elbows lift up. Breath out, tip it forward if you want. Eagle arm, humble warrior variation. This time we'll pause for an extra breath here. Drive through your feet, supporting at your center. Inhale, scoop your elbows up to the sky again. Exhale, goddess arms open. Allow your hands to drip down to the earth, framing your right foot. As you unhook your back heel, high plank pose. We'll inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, lower to the ground. Untucking your toes, breathe into a low or high cobra with your inhale. And exhale to release. Let your arms go back beside you like airplane wings, and rest a cheek to the earth for a moment. Moving to our locust pose, take an inhale. As you exhale, lengthening through center, lift your chest, lift your arms, maybe lift your legs. You're not drawing everything to center and up. Squeezing through your shoulder blades, your inner thighs. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, And release with one. Be stacking your hands like a pillow for your forehead. Belly down, Shavasana. Just take one cycle of breath. Eventually, hands come back by your low ribs. We'll meet in child's pose. Again, you can go first to a cobra, then to a child's pose, or just shift it back. And taking one breath in, and one exhale. It's a counterbalance to all our twisting. We're gonna walk our hands to the left for a side body stretch. So we can lengthen out the side body because we did a lot of compression. As your hands wander to the left, don't go too far to the left. Think really at the front diagonal. So left side body is still long, but we're creating extra length to the right side. Press down to your right palm. Reach your right hip back to your right heel and take a breath. Your next inhale brings you through center. Then exhale, second side. So think really forward and slightly to the right. Left palm is going to anchor and left hip stretches back and down to your left heel. And just take a big breath here. As we come back through center, go ahead and shift into a seat. We're going to take one seated stretch before we bring it to the back body. I want to give a little extra time to this, so we're going to choose either 90-90 or your half pigeon. So for a 90-90, I'm going to do this facing you. Actually, I'll face forward. For a 90-90, the front leg is the same as our half pigeon, right? Let's start with our right shin forward. If you like to go from a downward facing dog to your half pigeon, you can also do that. Otherwise, just bring your right leg in front. So right shin moving towards parallel to the top of your yoga mat. Parallel is easier to achieve if you're taking 90-90 than if you're in your half pigeon. Yeah. We're going to flex to the right ankle. From ankle to knee to hip, that's one 90-degree angle. And then from left hip wide to left knee to ankle is your second 90-degree angle. It was hard to say. As you adjust your seat and sit tall through your torso, you want to find that slight pelvic tilt forward. Yeah, just like any forward fold. So pubic bone is spilling forward, tailbone is untucking up and back. So as you get proud through your chest here, think about using your right glute energy to anchor your right shin bone actively to the earth. So you're kicking your shin bone down into the ground. And from there, you might tip your heart forward a little bit or a lot. I find that if you're engaged through the right glute and we're actively kicking that shin bone down to the ground, I don't need to go very far forward to get a big stretch. Sometimes when we go really far forward, that does deepen, but sometimes we just are rounding our spine, so we're not actually concentrating that tension into the right hip, the right glute to create the stretch we want. So just keep that in mind, that like bringing it all the way to your forearms is not necessarily better or more advanced. If you're in your half pigeon, your left leg is long behind you and you can stay lifted or you can fold forward. Whatever variation you're in, we're going to take one more cycle of breath. Okay. To find our way into second side, actually before we go there, whether you're in your half pigeon or your 90-90, you're going to lean over to your right cheek and rotate to the long edge of your yoga mat. Send your left leg long and bring your right foot in. We're going to take a moment and go Janushirasana. So left toes flex to the sky, reaching high, take an inhale. As you exhale, rotate your heart towards your left toes and fold forward any amount as you exhale. Taking 3 cycles of breath here, and creating length through the spine. Think about externally rotating your left thigh bone. So that's like trying to rotate the pinky edge of your left foot open. Okay, when you're ready to find your 90-90 or half pigeon second side, make your way through center. You can either just sweep your left leg forward to the top of your yoga mat, or you can go back through your downward facing dog if you prefer that. We're just going to take second side of these two stretches. We'll use our core to lower down. We'll have one last little moment of effort on the earth, and then a little bit of stretching before Shavasana. So creating 90-90 or half pigeon. Left ankle is flexed, your front ankle is flexed, left shin bone is digging down. As you adjust to as tall of a spine as you can create, take a nice big breath in. On your exhale, begin to tip forward any amount. So especially in our 90-90 stretch, a big component of that sensation of opening is the activity that's moving through your left leg by you flexing your left ankle and driving your left shin bone into the earth. Sometimes one side might need something slightly different than the other, so just keep that in mind. Make any adjustments that you need. And find 3 cycles of breath. You can make the choice to stay here a little bit longer. Otherwise, we're going to start to rotate to our right to find Janu Sirsasana. So as you rotate to your right leg goes long, bring your left foot in. Then your hands to the ceiling with an inhale. Rotate towards your extended leg and dive forward as you exhale. If you're not able to catch your foot, that's fine. No worries. You're just going to bring your hands to the earth. So you're holding something. You're not just like hanging out in space. Yeah. So hands are supporting you on the ground, maybe somewhere on your leg. Think about drawing your right thigh bone into your pelvis and back. You continue to lengthen your sternum forward and find that external rotation to your right thigh bone. After your third breath, go ahead and rise up, rotate to face forward to the top of your yoga mat. As you do so, start to engage through your belly, sit up nice and tall. Let's zip our legs up all the way together. So knees are kissing, thighs are hugging to the midline. We're going to flex through our feet. With your inhale, reach up high. As you exhale, use your core to slowly lower you down. To keep your knees squeezing together and your heels anchored the whole time that you lower back. If you need to scooch your feet closer as you lower, that's fine. But we're drawing into center. And then we're going to bring ourselves in, knees to chest. Taking a final moment here. Okay, bridge pose. Feet about hips distance. You could also bring your legs in closer together if you want. So hips distance or closer. If your heel is grounded, okay, big toe mounds anchored, take an inhale. And use your exhale to lift your pelvis. Okay, grounding down into your feet. And core is super active as you lift your hip bones to the ceiling. If you wanted to, you could interlace your hands underneath you. Bring that chest expansion bind like we explored throughout practice today. Okay, checking in with that imaginary block between your thighs. So think hugging to center line. There's this integration to center. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Take an extra inhale. As you exhale, begin to lower your hips down to the earth. Let your feet go wide. Take a couple windshield wipers from side to side. Slowly tick-tocking your knees back and forth. And the knees will stay bent, feet will stay about as wide as your yoga mat. You'll let your knees fall over to the left. Option to just let your knees fall to the left, or you can also stack your left ankle on top of your right thigh. And then just finding your way to second side over your next breath or so. Choosing if you just want to tip your knees to the right, or if you'd like to add in that stack of right ankle on left thigh. From here, you can make your way back through center, finding Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet come together, knees go wide. Or you can use this time to add in any final shape or movement that your individual body is craving. So if there's something else that you need to feel complete, to feel balanced, take the next 3 to 5 breaths to add that in. Otherwise, arriving in Supta Baddha Konasana, and just focusing on the rise and fall of each inhale and each exhale. So eventually, over your next couple rounds of breath, make your way to Shavasana. You can just send your legs long, or if you want to hug your knees into your chest one more time first, you can do so. Just eventually making your way into whatever shape you'd like to rest in for our last few minutes of practice. Giving yourself time to settle in. And then maybe making those final adjustments with your eyes closed so you can be guided from those more subtle sensations within your body. And so as your eyes close, you tune in, make final adjustments. Allow your jaw to release and relax. Your neck and shoulders release and relax. Arms and legs release and relax. As you feel the weight of your skull and your pelvis sink into the support of the earth below, it might feel good to take one more cleansing breath. You might inhale through your nose, nice and deep. Feel your belly fill up. Then open mouth, exhale to release. Coming back to the awareness of body and breath. Feeling that deep, meaningful connection that you cultivated with your body and your breath by moving and breathing across your mat this morning. Be staying exactly as you are, eyes closed, resting on the earth. Maybe bringing one or both hands to your heart. It's connecting to the seed of loving compassion within the body. And you pause for this last moment in deep gratitude and deep appreciation of this practice. The many tools that it offers, the insight, the clarity, the wisdom that helps to unveil and helps us to uncover. And as we pause in gratitude of our inner teacher that our yoga practice helps connect us to, we pause in gratitude for our physical vessel, our breath, life force energy. And we also pause in gratitude for this time that we shared and the energy that we exchanged by moving and breathing together. So in gratitude and appreciation, we'll take one more big breath in. And then open mouth exhale out. Just let it go. And may yoga offer us a path to compassion, and may our practices serve as our teachers. Thank you so much, and namaste.